Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
And I'm D White.
Thousands of walkie-talkies used by Hezbollah fighters have been detonated across Lebanon, killing 9 and wounding hundreds of people, including mourners at a funeral. This second wave of carnage comes a day after thousands of exploding pager used by the group left almost 3,000 civilians injured and a dozen dead, including civilians and children. Hezbollah is blaming Israel for this. And I mean, this is crazy. I mean, bombs, pagers, uh, detonating. Who would have thought? I mean, do you think it's true? Do you think it's real? And is Israel going to claim responsibility? Dee, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, this is very alarming to me that first off that anybody has the technology to blow up devices from remote location. I mean, it makes me it makes me worried about my own personal security. If that was to happen, I mean, could they do the same thing with our phones? It's just very alarming. And they also say that an Iranian official was injured in this too. So this is just furthering the tension in the region already. It's already a kinderbox. So I just think that they need to lower the temperature over there because this is the beginning of something bad, I believe. What do you think, Gray?
I'm gonna have a different take on this. I just seen they said at least 9 more dead people are dead. I just seen it pop up on the news, but I'm gonna take a different take on this and say I feel like Israel is doing a better job of going after um, the actual people who do state-sponsored terrorism, which is Iran, who has been accused of the people that accused of being the people that fund terrorism. So I feel like their actual military strategic plan is a lot better than what America and the European people did, where they just invaded Iraq and Afghanistan and just invaded a country and brought soldiers, and they're basically targets for terrorism. Where Israel is actually trying to attack the source that's doing this. So I know why they're doing this strategically. What about you, Nora?
Oh Lord, I don't want to get canceled. Uh no, I don't think it's okay because innocent people are being killed in this. It's like if it's like who are we having issues with? Russia. It's like if Russia was to come and say, you know what, America, you've been giving money and funding to Ukraine, and I'm sick of it. So I'm going to go bomb and blow up the Capitol. I'm going to go bomb DC or go bomb New York City. Would it be justified?
I'm
I mean,
not.
because we inserted ourselves in their conflict in Ukraine, had nothing to do with America. And we've been giving money, and that has been funding bombs, blowing up their soldiers, also attacking them on their homeland. So I compare it to that. No, I don't think it's okay because there are innocent lives being killed here, not just Hezbollah.
I'm not saying that it's correct or that it's morally right, but I'm saying that if you have intelligence officers, we have all most powerful countries have spies. They have spies. We got the CIA. What do they call it in Russia? What is that thing called?
KGB.
KGB, and then the British got MI something. So we all got spies, right? So these people
Right.
they probably have spies over there, and then they're like, okay, this is the target. Let's get this person. Let's get this person. So what I'm saying is that they're trying to take out certain targets. I don't think it's a coincidence there was an Iranian official that got killed
Right.
there right with Hezbollah. So I do feel like this probably was like Israeli intelligence and it was a planned attack. What about you, D?
Yeah, well, if they have that same sense of coordination and the capability to just target individuals like that, I wish they would have did the same thing in Palestine instead of killing 30,000 innocent people. So there's that. I know I do get what you're saying that this is a lot more strategic, and it is. That's because they can't just go in there and bomb Iran because there'll be consequences behind it. So maybe they figure that they do it this way and there'll be less casualties, but there's still innocent people dying from this also.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and I just showed you guys bombs on the street. I mean, it's innocent people. Like I have more bombs and footage of the attack that I would like to show you guys. I have footage right here that I'm looking at inside a market that I'm about to share. I mean, I don't think this is going to end very well for anybody involved. I mean, I think we're going to the point of WW3. I mean, if this doesn't stop. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
one
and
second,
let's
let
say
me.
to the viewers, we don't know if Israel did this or not. That Hezbollah is saying that Israel did this.
No, the Iraqi government is saying it. I mean, the Iran government is saying that they did it.
Right, right.
I lost footage. Um, I lost the video, but can you guys see my screen? What is it? Does it show a bomb on the screen?
Shows
Yeah,
a car
a
on
car
fire.
on fire.
Yeah. Is it clear or is it small?
No, that's
It's
clear.
bigger.
I mean, this was one of the pagers they're saying. I'm just trying to show you guys clips of it. I had a good one of this of the in the marketplace. Here it is. This is it. Can y'all see the
The
screen?
limits. Now, Israel has
Yeah,
kept the
Yeah,
limit. We are going to use only
Lethal impact in Lebanon. This is, I guess, this is a see the bomb that just went off.
yeah.
This is innocent lives. I mean, an innocent woman, at least 15 dead, thousands injured.
yeah. They say the hospitals were overran from all the damage and all the people who had to come in due to this attack.
Pagers. These are pagers.
Yeah. So was it pages or
Walkie-talkies.
walkie talkies, or it was
Some of
all?
the
It was both. It was all of those
yeah,
things.
it gives a list. I'll just let it play so we can y'all can see. Uh
Can
But
you
they
put
that
the
is that
sound
is
on the
a
video?
that is amazing technology. The fact that they can do that, I am very amazed and alarmed all at the same time. I mean, because think about
solar
it.
energy.
Yeah, if you could just set anything off that you choose to, what is stopping our laptops, our cell phones, our kids' tablets from being used the same way by somebody else? What if my son was holding his tablet and Russia or North Korea decided to blow it up? You know, because I was there. You know, a lot of we look at this and we see people across the ocean somewhere getting hurt, but this same stuff could be used against us.
Absolutely. That's why I care. I mean, it's easy to say, "Oh, well, they're just, terrorists. Oh, they're just this." No, these are people. These are innocent lives that honestly are being affected by this. Minding their business in the store, grocery shopping for their families.
Right, and I completely agree with that. And I think that's what people are feeling is that, okay, I'm not saying this is what is right, but I feel like people are saying these people are people that blew up the Twin Towers. These people are people that did the Boston Marathon bombing. These are the people that did.
Lebanon had nothing to do with the Twin Towers or the Boston Marathon bombing.
What do you mean? Hezbollah is one of the people that are being sponsored by Iran. So Iran is responsible for ISIS. Iran is also responsible for Al Qaeda. So you're basically
Iran was not
Um, um,
responsible for ISIS or Al Qaeda.
America is responsible for ISIS. Did you know that we used to fund them to fight against Syria, I believe.
Yeah, and Al
yeah.
Qaeda was funded to fight
Yeah,
against Russia.
The
yeah,
Like,
yes.
first, so basically, what is being alluded to by intelligence officers is that Iran has been the state sponsoring most of these terrorists. That's been proven to Nora's point. And as far as the Al Qaeda, I know that Osama bin Laden was trained by the CIA, but he was a real estate magnate from Saudi Arabia, and he became an extremist from meeting Muslim people who were saying we need to get these people out of our country, and then that's when he became an extreme jihadist and felt like he had to start, blowing stuff up to basically stop people, to stop the West from invading their country or living in their country. So,
So he used the tactics that were taught to him by the CIA from the U.S. Correct?
yeah, that's true. That's true. And then the other conspiracy that is said is that because George H.W. Bush, the father, got embarrassed, that's why George Bush invaded and attacked Saddam Hussein. So there's a whole bunch of like fingerprints all over this. But I have heard consistently recently that they feel Iran is the people behind all of this stuff. That's what I've heard.
Of course they are, because they're trying to escape from who's really responsible. But one day when we have our Patreon and or our Rumble going, I'll let you know who's really behind all this. It's not Iran.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Well, let us know in the chat. Who do you think is blowing up pagers, walkie-talkies, finger machines, solar panels on the roofs? Who's responsible? Is Iran to blame?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Who do you see? Are you scared to say who you think did it, D?
I'm not scared. I'll definitely say it.
No,
I yeah.
say it, D.
Yeah, I definitely think the IDF had a hand in this. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's logical. It's 100%. Who else is at war, so to speak, with them right now? I mean, I think that maybe the U.S. might have had the capabilities to do it also. I mean, that is not something that some
Caused
ordinary guy
9/11,
in a
D.
yeah, no,
What'd
I
you
thought we were
say?
talking about the pages getting blown up.
No, because he talked about 9/11 in Iran, and that's not who caused 9/11.
No, no, no,
That
no, no. I
Go
think
ahead, D.
Osama bin Laden caused 9/11. That's who I think caused it. I don't think Iran did it themselves.
Now,
What,
Yeah, but
who funded
I was talking about the
Osama though?
pages. Oh yeah, that is that's homegrown here in the USA, man. Homegrown. We
Well,
we,
I have
we
a
picked
different
that.
take. I think it was Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, the problem is we fund one group of people to fight somebody we don't like. Then when that group becomes powerful and we can no longer control them, the now we've made monsters and turn them loose on the world, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I completely agree with that statement that we continuously give people weapons and all types of stuff, and then they fall out with us. And I want to make a correction. I wasn't saying Iran caused 9/11. Most of the people on the planes were from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and all these places. And Osama bin Laden was already rich. His family was rich. So I do feel
Mhm.
like he funded this himself. But what I'm saying is that what they're saying is Iran is a state that sponsors terrorism. So, like a lot of these terrorist groups are supposedly getting some type of funding from Iran, and Iran's policy is death to the Jews. So, I mean, like, what can you say when that's literally your slogan?
Yeah,
So,
the word terrorist is very subjective because our founding fathers were terrorists. If you ask Britain, you know what I'm saying. So you
yeah,
gotta you
Right.
gotta you gotta, you gotta look at that, man. These guys are. I'm not saying that I agree with them. I'm not saying I'm a sympathizer, but these guys are fighting for the freedom of their country and for the freedom of their religion by people who they see as the oppressors. You know, that
True.
Nat Turner. They would call Nat Turner a terrorist
A
because he
terrorist.
killed the people who were enslaving his people. You know, so you gotta be careful with that word, man.
This is a great segue, and I want to bring this example up to y'all. Okay, look at Malcolm X, how he tried to get civil rights, and look at Martin Luther King and how he tried to get civil rights. Martin Luther King was peaceful. Malcolm X was violent. They both died violent deaths, but only one of them have a holiday named after them because of his character and the way that he chose to go after it. So, I
Malcolm
mean,
X had better character in the end. He was a good father. He was faithful to his wife. He was faithful to his religion. And again, this goes to Dee's point. We support MLK over Malcolm X because that's what the colonizers have told us to do.
Correct.
And I'm going to use that word.
Yeah, they want you to turn the other cheek. They don't want you to uprise. They want you to just go protest and write mean tweets about it on Facebook. That's what they want you to do. They don't want you to actually take up arms and do something about it.
I'm shocked to hear this from y'all guys, but I mean, like, I think Martin Luther King is a great role model. He's a hero, and I feel like he was actually much stronger mentally, emotionally than Malcolm X because it takes a stronger guy to sit there and get spit on and have a hose put on you and people put you in jail and say death to your family, death to your people, and you come out and you smile and you say hey man, let's just live right. I don't want any problems. I just don't want to see any more body get hurt. Malcolm X was weak. He needed a gun. He needed to go out there and cause
He
violence
never
to
shot
get his point
nobody.
across.
He never did. He didn't cause riots in the street. This is fake news. I'm very disappointed to hear you say these things today. I'm serious. I mean, I'm
And,
offended.
and
It
remember,
takes a. It's,
after being
go
the
ahead,
bigger
D.
man, they still killed him. They still killed him after
True.
being the bigger man.
But his legacy will live on for generations. People, even Trump compares himself to Martin Luther King. And like I said, it's only one of them that has a national holiday behind them. It's only one of them that's going to be in history books for passing civil rights legislation with Lyndon B. Johnson. So I understand when people are being oppressed. I mean, we say that we're being oppressed now. We talk about the LGBTQ plus and all these people, and like I feel like the groups that are oppressed that say, "Hey, let's get along, let's work together," get a lot more done than the people that take up arms and cause violence to get their point across. That's just my take on it.
Okay.
I'll in my Malcolm X voice, if you have no critics, you'll likely have no success.
Okay.
Truth is on the side of the oppressed. And that's it. That's my
True.
closing words. What's your closing thoughts, Steve?
Let's all just think about for a second. What would you do if your family was being oppressed? If your family was being, you know, subjected to those kind of living conditions, you would do whatever it took to also get freedom for your people. So freedom one guy's freedom fighter is another guy's terrorist. Let's just end it there.
You know what? Next video I'm going to do coming up is going to be what life was like for the Palestinians before October 7th. You've awakened me, Gray. Thank you.
Hey, I'm glad that I'm bringing up topics, and I would like to use a Malcolm X line too, especially for Nora, since she's a Christian leader in a church. The most segregated day in America is at 9 o'clock on Sunday when everybody's going to church. So if we all come together and we actually see each other as one and not as and see the similarities rather than the differences, there actually could be peace on earth. Like, share, comment,
Well,
subscribe.
one last quote for Gray. Without education, you are not going anywhere in this world. Stay woke.
Okay.